Coming soon to a city near you, Vinitaly Roadshow. Have you ever wondered how to attend Vinitaly for free? Are you a wine trade professional interested in a sponsored trip to Vinitaly International Academy or Vinitaly, the Wine and Spirits Exhibition? Coming soon to Princeton, New Jersey, Harlem, New York, and Chinatown in New York City, Cardiff in Wales, London in England, and Roost in Austria. We'll be giving away our new textbook, Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Find out more about these exciting events, and for details on how to attend, go to liveshop.vinitaly.com. Limited spots available. Sign up now. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to this special Italian Wine Podcast broadcast. This episode is a recording off Clubhouse, the popular drop-in audio chat. This Clubhouse session was taken from the Wine Business Club and Italian Wine Club. Listen in as wine lovers and experts alike engage in some great conversation on a range of topics in wine. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. And remember to subscribe and rate our show wherever you tune in.
Hey, ciao ragazzi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Italian Wine Club on Clubhouse. My name's Stevie Kim. We're literally near Christmas. I believe today is just a few days before. Ciao, Laika.
Ciao, Stevie.
Hello, Laika. How are you? Where are you?
I'm at home. Have you finished the cards? How does it feel?
Yeah.
Sorry about
finally. Laika is, of course, our Clubhouse manager for Italian Wine Club, and she's been with us for a long time now already.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So what are you doing? This is the last episode before the
yes,
for 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. It's the last episode.
Okay, but don't you worry that for our audience, you know that our episodes are replayed on Italian Wine Podcast, and the pods will be continuing throughout the holidays, thanks to our producer, Joy Livingston, who's, I don't know where she is, but I haven't seen her all day, but she's working very, very busily. She's very busy to program all the episodes during the 2 weeks holiday. So we'll be closed at the office in Verona, but the episodes will continue. The shows will go on. So today, as you know, this is the Ambassador's Corner, and it is where one of our ambassadors, Italian wine ambassadors, interview their favorite wine producer. And today we have Jamie Feng. Ciao, Jamie.
Ciao, Stevie. Hi.
Hi, how are you? You have the party hat on, so this is your first time on Clubhouse?
Yes, this is my very first time. Yeah,
You're like, what is it? What is it? I thought Clubhouse was dead. Jamie, I know you went to Etna, right? You were on the Gita Scholastica. How was that?
It was great. It was a fantastic trip, and I really enjoyed it. And thanks for the chance to have the interview with Valeria today. So very happy for that. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Jamie's originally from China, and now he's based in Paris. He is a wine buyer for nysa.cavistes. What does that mean?
This is cavistes means wine shops.
Right, but it's NYSA. That's the name.
Yeah, that's the name. Yeah. Nysa is the name that the wine planted, the first wine, and the name of the slope is called Nysa.
Oh, okay. So that's the name of the slope. And you work in Paris,
yes,
at this wine shop, and there are actually 53 wine shops in Paris. This made in Paris. This
yes,
wine
exactly.
Network. So you have lots of friends who you can invite. I know, of course, they'll mostly be drinking French wines, but we need to convert them all to Italian wine.
Exactly. This is what my goal is, to merge some Italian wines for my company. But it's a little bit difficult because for the French market, it's very focused on the French wines. And,
I know.
yeah.
I know. We have the
But
same problem here.
but the Italian ones is the top. It's the first. And I think for the French, they take some vacation in Italy, and when they go back to France, I think they will have a glass of the Italian wine just to remember and record some holidays. So this is good. This is a very good thing. So a lots of Italian bistro in Paris as well. So yeah.
How long have you been living in Paris?
It's been 5 years, I think. It is since 2017. Yeah.
Oh, lucky you. I love Paris. I'll be there actually in February, so maybe I'll ping you once I'm there. Listen, Jamie, so you are also a WSET wine educator, certified sommelier, and stage 2 master wine student.
Yes.
So you're still missing one thing that's very important from your CV, and you know what it is?
Italian wine ambassador.
Yeah, Veneto International Academy. So you need to become an Italian wine ambassador.
Yes, exactly. However, I already applied for the Verona program in
Okay, so I
2023.
hope to see you in Verona very, very soon. So
Yes.
getting on with the show, Jamie, tell us why you've decided to have the call with Valeria Agosta as your interviewee today.
Yes, I met Valeria during the Etna trip, and we had a great time there. And I was impressed by the visits and learn about the manual cultivation of the wines, the organic practice in the vineyards, and the inventive making in the cellar. And the remarkable thing is that when you are doing the visit, you can feel the meticulous work in every detail of the winery, from the architectural style, the decorations in the room, the terrace, just facing the vineyards, and the tasting corner onto the wine labels. All these detailed together made absolutely a very special experience for me. And another key element is the modernity. I found that her winery is one of the wineries showing the new face of the Etna dogs, embracing the new technology to make some modern wine styles, which express the purity of the variety. So when you are in this winery facing the ungrafted old wines, this contrast makes you experience sometimes sort of two spaces at the same time. So, and usually you find a harmony and the balance in the environment. And I also discussed this with Alessio, a very good taster, a freelance journalist during the trip, and he tasted one several times on different occasions, and he told me that he can see the quality of how wines keep improving, and this is brilliant. So I am sort of the person more focused on the future. So I feel grateful when I'm visiting some traditional iconic wineries of the region, but I'm more excited to discover a rising star who is making efforts and showing another possibility. So I truly believe that Parlamento Costanzo will be referenced among the reputable Sicilian wineries one day, and I wish it in the near future.
Yeah, I was there not this year. I believe the year before last year, and it is absolutely a stunning winery, as well as the wines. So I absolutely agree with you 100%. As you know, we're a little bit geeky here, so we talk about the learning objectives. What should we expect from the call today?
Firstly, for the audience who don't know the winery, you're gonna love it. And this is the best chance to add a winery to your wish list for your Christmas gifts, maybe, or just show off in front of your friends to an absolutely brand new winery. And for the audience who already know the winery, this is a great chance to dig into more details and listen to the story behind the labels. And secondly, you will get to know Valeria's personality. She's a great person, very natural and modest. And you're going to understand that her philosophy and a commitment to making good quality wines during this interview. And from my understanding, a great wine cannot just be only tasted great. Am I right? So you must be conquered by other aspects. They are all connected and interacting. So this is very important for me.
So you met Valeria on your trip, is that correct?
Yes,
Oh, I
exactly.
love that. I love this whole conversation where you meet somebody and then you want to share their winery and their wine knowledge and their wines with everybody else. So this is exactly the purpose of this Ambassador's Corner, more like a fireside chat style. So over to you, Jamie.
Cool. Thanks, Stevie. So, hello everyone. Today, I gonna interview Valeria, the owner of the Palmonto Costanzo, a family-run winery in Contalata, Santo Spirito, Sicily, that has been embodying a strictly native idea of the viticulture on the slopes of Etna since 2010. And with a background in languages and training in marketing and communications, Valeria's story is one of the courage, passion, and roots. Raised in Catania at the foot Etna, the volcano is linked to her identity, just like her passion for wine, which she shares with her family, especially her daughter Serena, who now studies viticulture and enology in Montpellier and supports her in running the winery. Valeria is WSET qualified and is both a FAI sommelier and ONAV Assaggiatore. After spending some time in Rome, the magnetic pull of Etna takes her back to the native lands, where she decided to take on the courageous project of restoring the ancient Palmonto and the vineyards in Controlata Santo Spirito. Now here she runs the winery and get it by the purpose of celebrating her roots and the long-lasting wine tradition of Etna. So, hi, Valeria. A big pleasure that you accepted my interview. So, I'm gonna ask the very first question that you described that your winery was a discovery in 2010. What was the first spark to change your career and establish a winery in Etna? And I know that you come from Etna, so you are born in Italy, so many mysterious regions in Italy. So why choose Etna to your own winery?
Well, Etna could be the only place where we could build our dream, because we are from Catania, and me in particular, I've always lived Etna in all her aspects. When I was young, I used to live Etna during the eruptions for skiing and so on. So with a stunning viticulture area, I couldn't imagine nothing different, a different place where to start this adventure and this project.
Cool. So that you so why choosing the northern slopes?
Well, I looked around. We looked around for a couple of years, and at the end, when I fell in love with this area, I didn't want to manage with an estate, existing estate, but I would like to create everything by zero. So the old owner of this land used to sell the grapes, so there wasn't an estate, and I had to manage to work in the vineyard and to change the old concrete post with the chestnut post, and I decided also to start the restoring of the old palmento to produce the wine inside palmento.
Yes, yeah, this is great because Palmento, it seems, I don't speak Italian, but it seems this is very traditional Italian term that has great value in your winemaking philosophy. So I learned that your family underwent a meticulous restoration for that, and you have a very inventive cellar. So if I'm not mistaken, so you don't use the pumps for pumping over, so all by the gravity. Am I right?
Palmento was built at the end of this palmento. The palmento we have in our vineyard was built at the end of the 18th, and it was used until the beginning of the 19th. And but then, as the vinification area of Etna, but then due to the war, due many reasons, the war, the prohibitionism, and also the hygienic reasons, all Palmento and Etna were closed, and they remained closed for many years. We decided to restore and to produce wine following the same gravity system, but with modern technology. So we decided to invest also in this project, which lasts a lot of years because of the strict rules of the national park on Etna.
Great. So this is, I was very impressed during the visit that you have several levels and you have some sorting table, the fermentation and the maturation. So this is absolutely very brilliant idea. So you have 18 hectares wine planted in several contrada, and you are planning for indigenous varieties and 11 wines produced. And could you briefly introduce your winery to our audience? And are you planning to grow other varieties in the future? Maybe some more innovative EGT wines in the future?
Yes, we have 18 hectares in total, 12 in Contrada Santo Spirito, where we have the estate, the main quarter. And the other hectares are in different contrada, always on the northern slopes, so in Castiglione di Sicilia, Feudo di Mezzo, Bragaseggi, and Zottorinoto. Then we have also a small parcel in Contrada Cavaliere, which is on the other versant, on the southern west versant, and Santa Maria di Licodia, where we produce only a white wine because it's an area vocated for white wines. We produce 3 different Contrada wines: Contrada Santo Spirito Red, Contrada Santo Spirito White, and Contrada Cavaliere White from the other versant, southern west versant. We according to the particular terroir on Etna, we studied the vineyard and we wanted to make a focus on the different terraces in the same contrada, the different terraces which are part of the same contrada, in order to show that due to the different altitude and soil, the wines produced are different. The process of vinification of the Contrada Santo Spirito Red is exactly the same, but the 3 different terraces and area, so the 3 different soil, texture of soil, the altitude, so the soil, the more sclerotic one, more fertile one, and the one rich in organic elements give different wines. As to me, terroir is all occurs in the production of a wine: soil, microclimate, altitude, and man's philosophy production. Etna can represent this concept probably more than other viticulture area. And Etna is considered the island in the island due to the particular microclimate, the big excursion, and the different texture soil, due to the different eruptions occurred during the years and that characterize the soil according to the original composition.
It's absolutely brilliant that it really makes sense that within the different terraces in the same contrada, that thanks to the different altitude and the soil compositions, and you have very different expression of the wines. And I'm totally agree with you for the terroir, because it's not just the soil, it's not just the vinification, it's all together. And that is great that you love all your wines produced. And I still remember that when I was in the cellar, when I was in front of the vinification tanks, and I thought you have a bunch of the great ideas. So the stand is still truncated oak vats, the amphora, the barrels, the stockinger, the oven French barrels from Taranzo. So it looks like that you are undergoing very advanced experiments. So could you explain to us a little bit about why you are so invested in the cellar? So some trendy wines maybe in the future, for example, some very natural wines, orange one, or some bit nut?
So our main intent was to study Nerello Mascalese and Caricante and how they act, the two varietals act in the different containers of production. And so we, as you told, we use the stainless steel tanks and Österreich oak and also the Auvergne French oak and Tonneau of French oak. But we have also we like to do experiment and we tried also amphora but at the moment I don't know if we are going to try other experiments regarding natural wine or macerato or orange wine. I don't think at the moment. I don't think, but probably there is my daughter Serena, and she's young and probably in the future we will do some new experiment. I don't know. But at the moment, this is our philosophy, and the important thing is to see how the two varietals act in the different containers.
Right.
And I think that is very important, the investment in the cellar to improve the quality and to improve the production in terms of quality.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with that point because if we talk about the word terroir, I think the vinification and all the things that you have done, you are writing your own history of the terroir definition of the Etna. So this is very good, and then you're starting to kind of analyze the Nerello Mascalese, Gaigonde in different fermentation method. This is absolutely something that I'm really looking forward to taste in the future. And I'm very pleased to read your very first sustainable report for 2021. And you mentioned a biodynamic project during 2022 and 2023 within the Sicily region biodiversity promotion program. So could you tell us more details about it, and what is your opinion of the biodynamic viticulture?
Yes, we are certified organic, and we started also some process in the vineyard in biodynamic. But I think that everything can be must be converted in one only word: sustainability. So biodynamic, organic. I think it's respect for the soil. And Etna is one of the viticulture area which more than other probably can represent this concept, because we have the terroir that can help us to respect and to do everything in the best healthy condition for people, because at the end respect for the soil for me is respect for the people who love wine and drink wine, who love our wine, our in general, and drink our wine.
Are you enjoying this podcast? There's so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps, our books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged, The Jumbo Shrimp Guide to Italian Wine, Sangiovese Lambrusco and Other Stories, and much, much more on our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now back to the show.
So you are you will have some certifications in the future for the biodynamic viticulture on your labels?
I don't know. We started just last year with the vineyard, and now this is part of our experiment of our. We are trying, probably, I don't know. We are waiting also for Serena. The young generation are always plenty of new ideas, and I don't know. At the moment is respect for people, respect for the soil, respect for the land. And in fact, also when you asked me about sulfate, we don't use sulfite during vinification, but just before bottling, just to prevent bacteria and so on, but not during vinification. Just small quantity, less than the quantity allowed by organic rules.
Cool. So, speaking of the biodynamic viticulture and all the things that you've done in the cellar and the vineyards, and so, what is the big challenge currently in the vineyards? The climate change, for example. So, what are you gonna do to deal with it?
Well, unfortunately, we can see that weather is really changing, and every year we see in the how the new climate, we can say, act in the vineyard. In the agriculture in general, I imagine and I know, and of course we have to manage with this changing of weather, and the most important thing is to check and to manage the life of the vines during their grow, and and also during the pruning, during each step of the viticulture life is really changing in terms of period of acting for a producer. Also the harvest is also this year was we finished the first week of October, when usually we start with the red harvest, the red grapes harvest. And of course, Etna is probably on Etna is easier to face this new climate changing. But of course, I imagine that there are other situation, other region, other countries where, in particular, a condition area of land, they had to act in different ways compared to the past.
Yeah, so I think for your, as we know that your wines are all under the appellation Etna Dock, so you can't not irrigate, you can't use the irrigation in your vineyards. But I just learned that the inference and the possibility is just open for the irrigation after the 23rd August 2023. It's for the appellation. So it is something that we need to consider. And I think Etna has a great advantage that, like you said, but are you going to do some, for example, experiment for the rootstocks or different clones of the wines?
No, we as you told as the DOC is forbidden to irrigate but just in a extreme moment of the new vineyard planted. But we have never used water or irrigation in the new plantation too. The Etna is lucky for this. Vines on Etna are lucky for this because the soil and the vines, the roots go very deep in the soil to catch all the nutrients, but mainly to catch water, because the soil very deep is wet, and this is very important for our viticulture. And I don't think we will need to irrigate. I don't think, because starting from altitude from 600 up to 800 meters, I don't think it's necessary. For example, the northern slopes are are not so less in rain compared to the southwest Versant, Santa Maria di Licodia, where we have this small portion of land of vineyard, where we produce the Contrada Cavaliere white, and there the altitude is the vineyard is at 1,000 meters, and that Versant occurs less in rain. But I can imagine Etna, on Etna, the necessity to irrigate. But I read about France, but I don't know really. I don't know at the moment. At the moment, we can face the hot temperature. We could face also this year and also last year, but I really don't know. It's a question mark for the future, I think.
Yes, it's a very interesting subject for the future. So I learned that you proposed the One Club on your website. So when it's open? So what is the purpose for that?
Yes, we completed the new website in July, and in January we will be ready with the Wine Club project. I think that the Wine Club is a way to let our clients be part of our project, not only to sell them wine, but also to create fidelity and belonging to Palmento Costanzo, with advantages, with inviting them, let them be party of some project of new references, or inviting for the harvest, or whatever we can imagine to let the wine lovers be part of our project in total. Sleeping in the vineyard, because our project is also to complete our hospitality project in the vineyard. We have just a small house in the vineyard, and this can be also a present for the wine lovers, our wine lovers, to be part and to live the winery also in particular moment that probably they cannot imagine to be part of Palmento Costanzo.
Great. And I think this absolutely projected we are looking forward to see in the future. And I think it makes sense that you are building a very unique Palmento wine universe for your winery. So speaking of the marketing sets, so what is the percentage of your export market? Is it important for you? So why? And what are the highlights of your 2023 marketing plan?
Yes, we started to sell when we started. We started with Sicily first, Italy, and then we moved to other countries. And now we can consider our market 60%, 65% Italy, and the rest is export. Of course, our major focus at the moment is USA market, but our goals is to improve the east side and to concretize also the existing market. So we now, after COVID, that we can start again to organize also a trip all around the world. I think that our first goal, our important goals, is to improve what we are, and to improve the east side, also other country, USA, but concretize the existing market also in Europe.
Yes, I thought that you were in the Grand Tasting in Paris during December, and you are actually very active for sort of the food pairing activities, and I'm very curious about why your east side. So why this market is interesting for you?
Well, I think that when you produce a wine, you want all the world knowing your wine. without I think all the markets are interesting for a producer, also for enlarge the knowledge of other tasting, of other philosophy in tasting wine, and so pairing wine with food. And it's a big challenge to introduce probably also particular terroir of wine, which can be considered not, which are particular, which are different from the old trend, and to understand how other market can face, can taste, can appreciate and your wine.
So, are your wines present in Chinese market?
Yes, we were starting before COVID, then and now we are improving. We are continuing. Unfortunately, the period is not easy. Unfortunately, but we are fiducious.
For the audience, I mean, if some Chinese importers in the audience, so please contact Valeria for the for the
Thank you.
wines, because they are very good. And just speaking of the COVID, so did pandemic bring an impact on your marketing development, or?
Well, I can say that in what stopped really was the Italian market, because the export, USA, also Europe, didn't stop completely. And also the Northern Europe market, we won some time there in Sweden, and so, but of course the Eastern market stopped completely. And I think that now that we can restart, and we can believe that everything can restart in the best way possible, and COVID must be forgotten for everybody, and so for the market in general, not only the wine.
Yes, cross fingers. Yeah, and great news is that I don't know if you heard about that or not. But Chinese is open, and now I can go back to China. For 4 years, I didn't see my family. So this, we have lots of impact because of the COVID, but I think everything gonna be fine. And the very last question, you identified yourself as an engaged female in the wine industry, and I really appreciate seeing more female voices internationally and more females engaged in wine influence as well. So, what are the different perspective that you could bring to the whole wine industry, and how will you make a better wine business and reshape the wine industry?
Yes, women are more and more engaged, as you told, in wine industry. I think probably because it is a creative world that embraces different fields, starting from the vineyard, of course, because vineyard, the vines are the main subject of of viticulture, but but starting from the vineyard, and including before reaching the market, a lot of aspects where women, I think, feel confidential and can express their multitasking ability. And so women are reshaping the wine industry because of their creativity and their they are also able to embrace all the fields that wine has in the total aspect.
Thank you very much, and it was a great pleasure to have this interview. I would just let the back to Stevie.
All righty. There you go. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much, Valeria and Jamie. There were a few technical problems, but we'll try to recoup some of those conversations, some part of it at least. And Leica will reach out to you personally. So I actually brought up Julianne onto the stage because I know she was also visiting, right? You were also part of the delegation?
Yes, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I was
Hello.
also there at Etna.
Hello.
Hey, and where are you now, Julie?
I'm currently in Florida, and I have
And what's the weather like?
Well, unfortunately, I was dealing with Hurricane Ian issues, and I'm
All
currently getting
right.
a roof right now, and it's starting to rain while they're putting a new roof on. So it's an adventure here in Florida always.
Oh
But
my goodness. So, Julianne, so I want to ask you a question. What was your favorite wine? What impressed you the most about Valeria's wine
yes,
or your
okay,
visit
so
in general?
yes, so Valeria, again, good evening. I enjoyed your visit. You might remember me. I'm
Thank
Julia.
you very much.
Yes.
Yes, I
And so,
remember, of
yes.
course.
And I work
Of
with
course.
the Italian cellar. And so we sell your Nero di Se, the Bianco di Se, and we sell the Moffette red and white. But what I also enjoyed is I had visited before with the pre-Phylloxera wine, and I had been able to try your pre-Phylloxera wine. And I actually have a bottle that I will be opening on Christmas Day to go with our meal.
Thank you.
So, of course, Etna Wines, and why I enjoyed visiting the wineries, because since I sell the wines, then when I'm, with customers, I'm able to talk about the winery, of course, the Palmento system to throw in Sicilian history. But I use Etna Rosso especially as one of those wines to show the connection of, okay, well, if you're not really looking for something that's too heavy or too much with a fuller body, but you don't want something that's too light of a body, I find that the Etna Rosso is a good medium ground. And so I use it as a gateway wine for customers.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Great.
you.
So we have also another question from Jing. And she asked, I have a question for Jamie. He mentioned French consumers prefer wine that is pure in character, low alcohol, around 13%, and with mineral notes. For Italian wine, DOC or IGP also make a different impression. So except Etna, which Italian region has the similar traits as Etna? I suppose that's her question. Did you understand that,
Yeah,
Jamie?
yes, I think I will make things very clear. When I mentioned that the French customer like the mineral wines, I mean that in Paris, I'm talking about the Paris is very different. So if we take consider to other cities in France, if we are in Provence, they drink, come on, rosé wines all year round. And in Paris, I mean, especially the people just like Sancerre, the Sauvignon Blanc, and the Chablis, the Chardonnay. So because they love oysters, so to want some mineral, some neutral variety. So I mean, low alcohol for me is around 12 and 12.5. So and I think we have lots of great Italian wines can fit in this cap. For example, Vitico definitely is the great variety that I think have some salty mineral notes, and Cortese from Gavi di Gavi is very good expressions of the volcanic cells as well. So many ways, and I'm very pleased to introduce some Trento Doc to the French market as well. So yeah.
Excellent. So I have a question for Valeria.
Yes.
Eccoti. Valeria, so I know, this is a terrible question. It's a bit cheeky, and I ask quite often this question. You have 11 labels, right?
Yeah.
And I know, the wines are like their children for all Italian winemakers in general. But if you were to choose one which most represents you, cosiddetta signature wine, which wine would it be and why?
I have to say, I can choose a children, a
I
child.
know everybody says that. But if you were to choose one, which one is the one that most represents yourself and your winery?
I love Bianco di Sei, but I don't want to say Bianco di Sei because I love all my wines, of course. But Bianco di Sei was my first white wine, and for me, as to me, represents Etna with its minerality, sapidity, verticality, crispy. It's a crispy wine, and I love Bianco di Sei, but I love all my wines. You let me to choose a wine, but it's difficult.
I know it's a difficult question.
It's difficult.
I know.
Yes, it's difficult.
Valeria, listen, thank you so much for not only today, but you have been hosting our ambassadors in your home, and your hospitality is so generous and warm, and I don't know what to say. I think we love your wines, we love your wineries, and thank you for what you're doing. It is not easy making wines in Etna, as we all know.
Thank you very much. Thank you to you. I'm sorry for my English, and I'm sorry for the line. But I don't know because I heard you.
Now, it's so funny because once I came to interrupt you, and then after that, it was perfect. So I didn't want to interrupt you before because I usually never do that. But thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
going to try to now we took some beautiful photographs and videos of your vineyard when I was there last time. I'm going to look for some of them tonight and maybe make a post out of it.
Thank you very much to everybody, and see you soon.
And buone feste.
On Etna, buone feste. Happy Christmas.
Ciao ragazzi, ciao Valeria.
Ciao everybody, ciao Jamie. Ciao.
Once again, here we go. Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through italianwinepodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, Jiying.